Welcome friends. In today's video, we are going to see what is thread in Java. So thread is one whenever we are developing any application, concurrent application in Java. For example, I want to execute multiple processes or multiple programs at a simultaneously. At that time, I will go with this thread. So thread is one of the powerful feature in Java. With the help of this thread, we can execute it means multiple transaction at a time. Like whenever you use any banking application, there if you see lot of transaction is happening. So to execute this transaction parallelly, we use thread in Java. So let's understand technically what is thread. So here if you see, a thread is a lightweight subprocess. It is the smallest unit of process that can be executed independently by scheduler. So scheduler is responsible to execute thread in our system. So here are two types of thread in Java we can create. Let's understand this creating threads. So there are two types of thread in Java. We can create by extending class. First way we are going to see by extending class. So how we can extend this class? For that, we need to create a class that extends thread. So by extending thread class, here if we miss by extending thread class. So how we can create? First, create a new class that will extend this thread. Extends thread. Then we need to override run method. Override the run method. We need to override run method. In this run method, we have our logic to, we can write our code that should be executed by the thread. So this method to define the code that should be executed by the thread. Then we need to create third step. Here we need to create call the start method. So for that, create an instance of the new class or new class instance we need to create, and we need to call start method. Let's see this with one example. Example we are going to see here. Here I have created one class, thread class. So my thread, I will rename this my thread, and it is extending thread. Extend keyword is used to extend the thread class. Let's rename this file because we have used first, or you can directly rename from here. Then once you have created, you need to override run method. So for that overriding run method, you need to write the run method here public. So if you here see, you are getting run method here, void run. Once you write, you need to print some message inside this. Means we can write our logic to this inside run method that thread is running. So I am writing here thread is running. So this thread is running. Now what we need to create? We need to create a main method. So main method will be responsible for calling this thread. So create here thread. We need to create instance of my class, not a thread. So thread, my thread equal to new my thread. With the help of this, we will call my thread method dot start method is there. So how we can call this thread start with the help of start method. Let's run this program. So once this program will run, we will get the output as a thread is running. Next, we are going to see how we can create another thread. For example, there is a runnable interface in Java. With the help of that, we can create. So creating with the help of runnable. With the help of runnable interface. So we can create this with the help of runnable interface. This interface we need to implement. First we will see. So here we are getting thread is running. Then next we are going to see with the help of runnable. So here we will understand some basic. First, we need to create class that implements runnable method. Create a new class that implements runnable. This is our first point. We need to create a class that implements runnable. Then second, override run methods. Run method is compulsory because without that we can write our code. Run method, override run method. Then we need to create instance of thread class passing the runnable instance to the thread. So third point here is create an instance of the thread class passing the runnable. So this third point is create instance thread class passing the runnable interface. So what is this means? Create an instance of thread class. So if we have created thread class, then passing the runnable instance to the thread constructor. We need to pass runnable instance to the thread constructor. Then we need to call start on the thread instance. We will understand this with one example. Call start on the thread instance. So first we will see how we can create this. Let me create one new class here, my runnable. So this class should implement runnable interface. And we need to override public void run method. So this method we need to pass as a some message we will print thread created with run method. Then we will write our main method here. Main method my runnable instance we will create my runnable equal to new my runnable. So once this instance is created, we need to pass this instance to the thread class. So how we can create that? We need to create thread so that we will pass. So here if you see thread equal to new thread, and we need to pass this instance. So instance means one type of objects. So thread dot start method we need to call here. So this will run our thread with the help of runnable interface. Let's run this method. Until then, we will understand this thread life cycle, how it is executed. Here if you see thread created with run method of the thread created with run method by runnable interface. So if we do give this message, it will give us that message. Now we are going to understand what is thread life cycle here. So here if you see thread life cycle, if a thread is new, means a thread that is newly created but not yet started. Here we are seeing on the new thread not yet started. So first it will the new thread that is created but not yet started. Then it will go into the runnable thread that is ready to run and waiting for CPU time. So it will go inside runnable. Once we call start method on this, it will go into the runnable. Then block means it is not runnable. So it is here it will go. And here if you see, I have not added here one message. It will stop, means dead. So the second stage is runnable. Runnable, a thread that is ready to run and is waiting for CPU time. Then it block state is there, that is not runnable. We can call it as a block. And the thread that is blocked and waiting for monitor to lock. And then waiting a thread that is waiting indefinite for another thread to perform particular actions. Means this thread will be waiting for the another thread to perform action. This is not runnable thread. Then time waiting, a thread that is waiting for another thread to perform action for up to specified time waiting. Then thread is terminated. So here if you see, if we call the stop method on this thread, any running or not runnable thread, it will go into the dead state. So there are few methods available in thread class that we are going to see. Let's create here new. I have some record here. I will save this first. Okay. Here if you see, these are the methods available in thread class. First start method, that execution of the thread. It will start the execution of thread. Then run method contain the code to be executed by the thread. So this run method we have seen. Sleep we have not seen. Sleep we will see in the upcoming videos. Join we have not seen. Add we have not seen. So what is the use of join? Wait for the thread to die. Means it will wait for the thread to die. Then id method is there. Id method cause the currently executing thread to pause and allow other thread to execute. So id method what it will cause? The currently executing thread to pause and allow other thread to execute. Means current means one thread is running currently. That thread it will pause and allow others. Means two thread is there. One thread is running. So to stop that thread and give permission to other thread, we can call this id method on the thread class. So that currently executing thread will be stopped and the next thread will execute. Then we can continue this execution for the first thread. Then interrupt method is there. So it interrupt the threads. Then set priority, get priority. These are the different method we use in thread class that will we can perform on a particular operation for specific to the thread. That's all from this video, guys. I hope you have gained some knowledge from this video. If you like the content of the video, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.